Hey, how's it going? This is Dark Souls 1, using only loot from chests. Kinda. Okay, the rules I set for myself this run. Okay, so, first rule. I can only use the starting equipment I get, equipment from chests, and I'm allowing myself to use the homeward spell for convenience. I'm allowed to buy or pick up any key items I like. I'm not having a restriction on that. If you want to see if it's possible to beat the game without picking up those items, it is Yamfa did it. I'm not Yamfa, I'm not able to do those sort of glitches. No thank you. Final rule, as always, I must kill all bosses. The starting class we pick is cleric, and we also start with the black firebombs as opposed to the master key. The master key is also useful here, but here's the thing. We don't start with our mace or a shield or a talisman in our inventory, we start with the heal spell. So, unless I wanted to spend half an hour to punch to death the asylum demon, it takes half an hour. Trust me, I've done it before. We're going to take the black firebombs and we're just going to go around the long way. And in no time at all, we decimate the asylum demons with our black firebombs. We're not really going to use these anywhere else. So, yeah. Don't matter, I missed a shot. We mooch on to our friend here to get the big pilgrim key, as well as the Estus and the undead asylum key. The undead asylum key, not really useful. Big pilgrim key we can get out, and Estus we can't use. Because here's the thing, Estus isn't a key item. It's a consumable, technically, even if it is renewable. So you can probably see why I want to start with cleric now. Yeah, this is bad. Right, so we arrive in Firelink. Our stat spread for this one is a little bit of everything all rolled into one. I wonder did you get that reference? Anyway, yeah, we need 27 points into strength. We need 30 points into faith, as many into health and endurance as we can get. A few sprinkled into achievement, so we can get a few slots. We'll want some in intelligence later, and a little bit in dex. Literally everything. This run is all over the place. Right, so we pop down the empty elevator shaft here and get our goodies for the run. We're gonna need these a lot. Homeward bones to start out with. The morning star and the talisman. Oh, we are going to need those. Cracked red eye orbs, completely useless, and one little extra something. Yep, that's right, Lloyd's talismans. Now, the interesting thing about Lloyd's talismans is when you throw them at a mimic, the mimic opens up. And what is a mimic opening up if not a chest? Now we're limited, we only have 4, and I'm not allowing enemy drops in this one, so the only way we're getting mimic is using these 4 Lloyd's talismans. This means we want to choose our weapons very carefully and try pick the most useful ones. So, while we run up to the undead burg, let's talk about the weapon we just picked up, the Morning Star. The Morning Star deals a whopping 300 bleed damage per swing, dealing the rare thrust damage despite being a hammer. Being a hammer means if you get a hit the first time, you can swing faster on successive hits, but if you fumble, well, it's going to cost you a hit. It's a good weapon to start out with. The bleed is invaluable and completely broken in this game. And we are going to need all the help we can get, because we can't upgrade it. Well, the earliest we can upgrade it is Sen's Fortress, and at that point, it's 2 large shards we can pick up, feed them to Framt to get 6. It's hardly enough for a +3 +4 weapon. So yeah, no, we're going to want that bleed. We are absolutely going to want that bleed. The talisman in the meantime is the single worst miracle catalyst in the game at all levels. And I mean that. It has scaling unlike the Torlorn talisman. But I can tell you right now, the Torlorn Talisman's 165 magic attunement is better than this thing's scaling. It's just, you need over... I got my fate to 30. And spoiler alert, when I did, the talisman gave me 159 scaling. 159 with scaling. The other one gives me 165 without any. It's the single worst talisman in the game, and we're forced to use it. And the way heal works, the spell, is it's 3 times your magic adjust. So, improving faith is going to improve our only source of healing. It's also important to note that the fact we have a shitty talisman means our healing is even more reduced. And, to top it all off, the animation is so goddamn slow. That aside, we grab the resident key to get the 3 gold pine resin. You'll see why. Right, well, I suppose we've done enough trembling our boots. Time for the Taurus Demon. Thankfully, the drop down attack deals 352 damage, pretty good. Normal swing dealing 65. Yeah, I'm used to being super OP by the time I get to this guy, because I normally get the Master Cape, so I'm a bit rusty. As you see here, the animation is slow, like I said. Thankfully, this is not one of the faster bosses in the game. And thankfully, after not too long, we can make the Taurus Demon go down. Something I forgot to mention about the Morning Star is its surprisingly high poise damage. Definitely useful. One light roasting later. Ooh, tasty! And me regretting not having a shield right now. Damn rat bastards. And a light sprinkling of Dragling Slaughter to spice things up. And we can reach our next boss. The Belfry Gargoyles. Thankfully the Morning Star's damage is still holding up against these boygos, and 2 swings of any kind is enough to stagger them. Now, here's the issue. Multiple enemies. In Dark Souls I'm perfectly fine against one-on-one enemies. I can focus down one, it's grand. The problem is, when there's multiple and their attacks are out of sync, you can often get caught off guard. It's just annoying. And after dying enough times that my self-confidence in my skills at this game takes a fair bit of a hit, we finally get the run. I was patienter this time. Patienter? More patient? Whatever. And pick them off one by one, hitting them whenever I can. Yeah, that's meant to be an easy boss. Well, guess I'm relying too much on upgraded weapons. Well, first spell run, just one more to go. Right, back to our stats. We finally get that sweet 27 in strength, put a little bit into attunement to get another slot, and the rest dumping into faith. The quicker we get that up to 30, the quicker we can invest in other stats. Alright, time for Capra. Well, get away, Cap. Jesus. Heal. Damn dogs. Right, so let's try this again. Dog 1, Dog 2, and a few bonks here and there on Capra. And he did. Right, moving on. Right, well, back to the asylum we go. Should only be a moment. We are here for 2 things. Jiggle Physics 2.0 and the Peculiar Doll. As you can see, we have a great start. Now, this big fella does have a fair bit of HP, and with an upgraded weapon, as you can see, our damage is quite bad. Thankfully, Bleed is your friend. 3 or 4 hits will proc Bleed, dealing about 1 segment of health damage to the beast. He has 13 of these segments, so 13 procs of Bleed are needed to kill him. Roughly, anyway. He's slow, so yeah, it's just a matter of running around hitting him when you can and trying not to get hit yourself. Not too hard of a fight. So yeah, after about 3 minutes, it's done. Wasn't too bad. Though I will say it pains me to have to leave that Titanite slab. Peculiar Doll get. With the Asylum Demon's souls, we pick up the Crest of Artorias. We're going to take on Sif now. And the Weapon Smith box for later, just so we don't have to run back to Smithy every time. And while I have the mind for it, we're going to deal with Lothric. Yeah, I'm not dealing with his shit in this run. Oh, thank God for Bleed. Otherwise the locals wouldn't be easy dealt with. For some reason they don't want me going and looting Artorias' grave. I wonder why. And in this chest, we get our first usable set of armour, the stone armour. It's a heavy set, so we're going to need a fair bit of endurance for it, but the stats are pretty damn good. Now it's time for the big dagger. God forgive me. I always feel terrible after killing the poor pupper. Or, at least I would, if I was the one doing the killing, that is. Oh, stupid debts, just how many can I get? Too many, that's the answer, too damn many. Okay, on a serious note, let's talk about this fight. See that? 32 damage a swing to a handing, not good at all. You'll also see I missed several of these hits because of Sif's stupid tie gaps. We're relying on bleed here. You see this though? This is the issue. This motherfucker likes to bounce around. And you know what ticks down? The bleed counter. By the time I get it off, I have 2 and a bit bars of health gone. From what I can see, it's about 7 hits to proc. That's if you get them all in it consecutively in a row, and very quickly. That's not going to happen, so you're going to need at least 10 from my count anyway. And if you get hit or screw up, yeah, that's it. The armour I have on means I have a bit of poise, so if I get hit by that jump attack, like you see there, my poise won't be broken. That is the main thing to this fight. If your poise gets broken by that stupid jump, you're going to get hit. In the end, it's a matter of being patient. Be aggressive as you can, but not so much that you leave yourself defenseless. You want to get that bleed to speed up the fight, because the longer the fight goes on, more mistakes you make. But in the end, if you're dealing damage, you can kill it. Now it's time to head down to Funky Town. So I would say, if I could get past these rotten wretches. And now 2 crucial pickups. The Dragon Scale and Twin Humanities. Both important for later. Remedy is also here, but we don't have a catalyst we can use for it, unfortunately. Time for the spider lady. Here's where we crack out our gold pine resins. You gotta love it. 78 damage a swing. At least it's quick. Yeah, this is basically doubling our damage, by the way. So, yeah, damage, not good. Okay. If you want to beat this fight, you just got to remember a handy little acronym. TSS. That's 4 S's. When she's spewing, you swing. And when she swings, you scram. As quick as you goddamn can. Be sure to reapply your golden lube whenever you need it. She also does a AoE blast. Now, this didn't happen to me during this fight, but if that happens, you're basically screwed. It's an insta-kill. So what you're going to want to do is not overcommit on your attacks. Don't let your stamina run out fully. As well, be sure to heal when she's spewing. Do not risk anything when she's swinging. Oh, and try not to die. It's 37 damage a swing without the buffs. Thankfully, I managed to get her on my first try. Well, even if I do step in lava and die after. She's still dead, don't worry about it. Now let's get that second bell a ring-a-ling, a ding-ding-a-ling-a-ling-doo. We also finally managed to hit that precious 13 fate. Don't worry, you'll find out soon why I so desperately want this. Oh, this? Yeah, don't mind this. I just wanted to get a little bit of revenge on these feckers. This is what you get for making me look like a filthy casual. This is what you get. This is what you bloody get. Anyway, into the funhouse. That checks out. 2 useful pickups now. 2 large type of shards. Incredibly rare to find in chests. As well as the Ring of Steel protection. I love this thing. Just boosts your physical defenses. It's always useful and can actually be used instead of heavy armour when you're using the wolf ring, which I've often done. Now we stumble across our first mimic. One Lloyd's Talisman and we can pop her open. For the purpose of this run I'm calling mimics chests, but I have to use a Lloyd's Talisman to open them, so we only have a limited amount. From this one we get the Lightning Spear. It requires 10 dex, so we'll need to put 2 levels in the dex for it, but it will be a massive increase in damage in comparison to our +0 Morningstar. The bleed is useful on the Morningstar, yes, but at this point we just want damage. We quickly fell the firebomb giant, because otherwise he'll prove to be a bit of a pain in the next boss fight. Get a bit of an unwanted nose piercing. Damn, that must hurt a hell of a lot. Eesh. And we can grab a rare ring of sacrifice, which sadly can't be repaired, as well as a hidden blessing, a consumable means of healing. Once we get our decks up to scratch, we can use the lightning spear. Shouldn't be too bad, right? Wait. Shit. Okay, second try's the charm, I guess? Okay, lightning spear deals 63 damage to the Iron Giant per swing, thrust, whatever. And we get 3 of those per stamina bar. Sure, it's far from the best damage, but hey, we can at least stagger. And in case anyone's thinking maybe it's poison damage, I doubt it. It must be by actual damage. I had to get 4 hits off there to get him to fall over. Yeah, this is just a slog. A very doable one at least. Anyone who's ever fought the Iron Giant knows he's not the hardest of bosses. So yeah, one final hit, and he goes down. I don't think we'll be using the lightning spear very much from here on out. Right, time to call our Uber. Where are those guys? Come on. I'm waiting here for 5 minutes. Finally. If you don't get your finger out, I'm gonna leave you a 1-star review. Hey now, no need to gank me like that. God damn it. Ye feckers. Do you at least have snacks? I can tell you now, they didn't even have snacks. What kind of service do you think you're running here? Now, on Orlando. If we kill these 2 giants, we can get access to the chest. And within it, the mythical upgrade material, Demon Titanite, which we can't use because I can't use boss souls. I was very tempted to allow myself to use boss souls for this run, but honestly, it just ended up with a pretty nearly maxed out boss weapon, and you don't really get the souls from chests, so I disallowed it. Would have made this run a hell of a lot easier, I tell you. And another 2 chests. We're being spoiled today. One has Twinkling Titanite, which again we can't use. Titanite, it's Titanite, I just say Titanite, ignore me. Now, this one is a mimic, and within it, the Crystal Halbert. This is the strongest weapon we're going to get access to. The issue is, you can't repair it. It also requires 12 decks, which we don't have, we only have the 10. So yeah, I just didn't really bother with. Waste of Lloyd's Talisman, I could have picked up something actually useful, but hey, I couldn't remember what was in what chest. Also, as a quick aside, there's a bunch of chests in Orlando. Most of them just have Demon Titanite in them, so I'm going to skip over those because absolutely no bearing on this run whatsoever, unfortunately. Can't feed into Frampton and get anything from it. If you could feed Demon Titanite to Frampton and get like Titanite shards or something, it would be amazing. Sadly, you cannot. Across the rafters, getting rid of painting guardians as we go. A quick spin to win. And gargoyle tail removal, where I might have taken a little bit too much off. Ah well, who's going to miss a gargoyle? Probably Zona, but we don't have to tell him. We backtrack a bit to get another divine blessing, which I'm sure I'll actually make good use of in this run to save me when I'm about to die in a boss fight, and I definitely won't still have it when I'm defeating Gwyn. Yep, definitely not. Nope, not like me. Now then, you're probably asking yourself, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, we're getting to Gwendolyn. This is an exploit. If you roll, doing a jumping roll, into the statue of Gwyn at just the right time, well, you'll see. Voila! You can force it open. We don't have the ring, and a core item we need is behind that fog wall. So, hey, there's enough arbitrary restrictions that I felt I could do this. Hey, Gwendolyn, miss me? Foolish. Yeah, Fair. Okay, so, Gwendolyn. One slight issue. You see that? That is not good damage. And you see that also? We only get 3 hits off, maybe 4, before he goes and warps away again. I hate it. Thank you. Thanks, Miyazaki. Yeah, the femboy is an absolute pain up the hole. Just takes too long, and if that happens, where you get close enough to him that he'll warp away but don't actually do any damage, just Lord of mercy. The arrow attack, just run diagonals. It's shots of 5, I think. Just run from one column to another in a zigzag pattern, you'll be fine. The big blast, don't stay still for, it'll pierce through the columns. And for this really weird scatter shot thing, hide behind the columns. You'll see, he has longest delay on his charge, he stands up on his tendril things for his bow, and he just swings his staff for his magic missile bullshit. It's not hard, it's just tedious. I'm not the backlogs, this isn't meant to be my thing. I'm incredibly impatient. Our reward, 3 chests. Inside the first, brass hammer, the armor of the firekeeper of this place. Inside the second, sunlight blade, giving 1.8 times your magic adjust, and with a requirement of 30 fate. So, who called it? Third chest is empty, absolute disappointment. I don't know what content was meant to be in there. We very quickly put on Sunlight Blade as one of our miracles. An important note about it, we can only use it on weapons that don't have some sort of other elemental damage. We just about dodged past the Anorlando assholes. First try, easy game. Bonfire get, and past this illusory wall nobody knows about. We find an absolute gold mine. 4 chests, 1 mimic. What's inside? Full Havel, baby. Gauntlets, greaves, helm, and hammer. In these 2 chests, we have Havel's Great Shield, as well as the Dragon Tooth, which is going to be our weapon of choice for the run. And in this mimic, it's an occult club, which isn't the most important thing. It's a bit useful, but I'm going to focus on Dragon Tooth. Dragon Tooth is the only dragon weapon we get access to this run. It's a heavy weapon. To wield it, you need 40 strength, which is why we got 27. Because with 2-handed, we have 41, thanks to the 1.5 times modifier. Because of it, we can use this bloody thing. It's slow, it's sluggish, but it deals chunky damage even at +0. But we don't have a +0 Dragon's Tooth. We have +1. Blighttown, a singular dragon scale. This is one of the only weapons we can actually upgrade this run. And that upgrade makes all the difference. We make use of a quick skip and then buff. Now, 425 and 367. Pretty damn respectable damage, especially for a +1 weapon. +1 dragon weapon, true, but hey, considering this thing goes all the way up to +5 and this is the most damage we're going to do, we're not going to complain. I made the unfortunate mistake of thinking this was 2 Titanite chunks. Oh, as well, you can get this ring without killing the giant blacksmith. So anyone who does, you're a monster. Now it's time for the devious duo. Smo, Biggie, and Ornstein, Smo. Yeah, fun. Main issue here is there's 2 of them, they both hit very hard. Now, I do have the Occult Club equipped. This was a mistake. My original plan was to make use of the Occult's extra damage against Servant of Gwyn. Both of these 2 count as that, but the extra damage is feck all. As you see, I'm only doing like 163 to Ornstein, and Smo, sorry, 137. Smo, I don't even know. Now the good thing is the club attack's quick, but so does Ornstein, and with Smo sniffing up your arse, yeah, no. Eventually I just get overwhelmed, and one more comboed and die. Next issue, healing. look at this. This is how long it takes me to heal. So I need to get behind pillars whenever I want to heal. It's not the worst fight for healing, but it's quite bad. And so I die. Over. And over. And over. Something had to change. So I said I'd give the Dragon 2 a go, along with the Sunlight Blade. And ho ho ho. Why the hell didn't I try this earlier? 841 damage to Smough. Because Smough is actually weak to lightning, which Sunlight Blade gives. Now, Ornstein highly resists lightning, but the raw damage from the weapon should be enough to carry, right? Well, I guess we'll find out. We managed to drop a Smough, meaning Super Ornstein. Feeling pretty good about this attempt. I mean, that was a pretty smooth fight. And then this. I don't know what happened. He just spawned in, stood on me, then sat on me. And sadly, it seemed like that was complete fluke. And the very next attempt, I don't even get a hit off. After several hours, I decided, fuck it, we'll just try Ornstein Dragon Tooth. And you know what? This was the third try after I decided to change strategies. Ornstein went down very easy. And now, why is going against Super Smough better than Super Ornstein? Well, first of all, he's slower. And 557 damage and 984 with an attack. No, he has a lot more HP, yeah, but his defense are also worse. He's slower and he's stupid. We can very easily stagger him as well with a multi-attack from the Dragon Tooth. It's just, I don't know why I didn't try this earlier. There's one attack of his that's dangerous when he tries to sit on you. Otherwise, not too bad. And so, with a little more running and screaming, he goes down. Lord Vessel get. Okay, Painted World time. Truly, there's not much to see here. Main point of note is we pick up the Painting Guardian armor from this chest and really get a bit too close to death trying to turn the wheel to unlock the door. Damn bone wheel bastards. They're terrible, I hate them. Then it's time for Priscilla. First hit does a good chunk of damage. As soon as we find where she is, our second hit knocks her out, and from there, a single chain of attacks, while almost dying to her frost breath, finishes the job. Time for the bosses I left behind earlier. The butterfly drops in one chain of attacks. As for the gaping dragon, well, that 800 damage still applies. The fight was far from fair. Next up, I thought I'd do Ceaseless. One issue, however, I can't pick up the items. And because I can't pick up the items, I can't trigger Ceaseless. Firebombs do purely fire damage, unfortunately, so we're a bit stuck. In a desperate attempt, I try a plunging attack. Yeah, no good. Well, that's a problem for future me. For now, we'll place the Lord Vessel and keep mooching forward. Duke's Archives time, I think. We quickly nab the bonfire. Now, unfortunately, we can't kill Cease. We have to just let him kill us, put on the rare ring of sacrifice so I can't get cursed, and take off some of my armour so I'll die quicker. And so we have been jailed. Quick aside, I've been levelling my endurance as much as I can for increased stamina since we're using a heavy weapon, and increased load so I can wear better armour since our ring selection isn't the best. We kill the Snecko, get the key, and break out. Once we grab the second key and get out, we grab the bonfire and we're going to try get the Avalon. It takes a few tries, but eventually I get it lined up just right and can open the chest. Only one issue. Fun. Thankfully on next go the chest is open, so we can grab it. With the Hawk Ring this should be pretty good, right? Well, it would be if we had bolts, which I can't buy, and they're not in any chests. With that disappointment aside, it's time for Cease. Seriously this time. We all know the drill. Roll into the crystal. quit out when the clams start running through his tendrils. And desperately try again, only to get repeatedly smashed by the one AoE attack that can actually hit me, and swiftly meet my end. Don't curse, don't curse, don't curse, don't curse. Oh, thank God. Too close for comfort. Next time, however, I wasn't so lucky. Welp, time for Spooky Town. A bunk here, a bunk there, and now we can get the key and hopefully get uncursed. Just have our curse broken here. No humanity. I'm sorry, what? I have twin humanity in my inventory. Yeah, so, fun little thing. Twin humanity doesn't work, it has to be normal humanity. And guess who cannot get any normal humanity? Yeah, so we're gonna just chuck this to a mulligan because I'm not restarting the run. It is possible if you're not a dumbass, and you can get through those ghosts. I've done it before, it's just a pain up the hole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sacrifice the twin humanities I have. I'm going to buy a purging stone, and a strategy I was going to use later, I'm now not going to do, and I'll explain that when it comes up. While we're here, we open the gate to drain New Londo so we can get to the Four Kings later. We buy the purging stone, and of course use it. Now for Seath. Come over here, you overgrown lizard. I have a bone to pick with you. I'm going to drive this lightning-infused tooth of your brethren so far up your arse it's coming out through your guts. Die already, die! Good. Now stay dead. You bastard. Okay, seat down. For convenience, I buy homeward. Then we murder the Hydra. And shortly after, make the Crystal Golem follow. Now we just have to kill one more Crystal Golem to unlock the DLC. For now, Four Kings. There's 3 attacks you need to worry about here. This one, the boom, you just have to kind of tank it. Next up, the grab. If you're too close, you're just going to get caught, and you kind of want to be close to him to do the most damage you can and take the least, which is unfortunate. And finally, this projectile. You can't dodge it. It is homing. It doesn't matter how many times you dodge through it, you will always get caught by it. That turns this fight into something I hate. Complete RNG. We have 5 heals, we have 2 Divine Blessings. We do not want to use the Divine Blessings unless we absolutely need to. And, like here, if you get an unfortunate string of attacks, 2 things will happen. 1, you are going to take a lot of damage. 2, another king might spawn in. And when that happens, well, guess what? It's basically a death sentence, because what the fuck can you do? You can't heal up in time because there's 2 of them. You need to get rid of the first one as soon as you can. And so, I die. Some of them I just can't help, like getting projectile to the back and then immediately going for an AoE. So yes, I die repeatedly. It took several hours between the run back and attempts, and cost me a Divine Blessing. But in the end, it's RNG. Roll a die enough times, and you're bound to win eventually. Next up, Pinwheel. No notes. Run down here was harder. And after a little near-death experience with Tony's big brother, and get the bonfire. As for stats, I decided 35 endurance is pretty damn good, and after that, I'd probably start pumping health. Next up, our scheduled kick down the pit with Patches. God, this man is a scumbag. Yeah, fuck you too, mate. It's not all bad. Skull Lanterns down here, which we definitely need to get. Oh wait, it's an item. I can't pick it up. Hooray! I'll be nice, I'll only go from the second bonfire at 3 times speed. I had to wander around in the dark for I don't know how long. Too long to try find my way out, relying on muscle memory, cause you can't get any light source from a chest. And yes, if you're thinking what I think you're thinking, that is a problem later. Now the rest of the way till Nito is not near as bad, so a bit of a break, kinda. Ah, Nito. Time to die, bud. Hey, what? Fuck you too. This is fun. Are you having fun? I'm having fun. Now, I did do myself a favour and get the Divine Club instead of the Occult Club. Don't know if that was a mistake or not, but it definitely helped out with this fight, since the skeletons can't get up again once you kill them with a divine weapon. Lovely, that's the ads out of the way. And don't ask me why I can't dodge that, I have no clue. After switching back to the Dragon Tooth and buffing, we can start to wail on him. Damage is still pretty good, especially because Nito is quite tanky. We just have to make sure to run out of the way in time from his miasma, which I did not do. Remember, I'm working off 5 casts of heal, it's terrible. But with a final miasma and a final bash to the head, he's dead. What's that? 3 lords down, 1 to go. Sadly, we still can't push to Ithalith, which probably would have been the easiest one to get to. DLC time, baby! Alright, let's go. Wait. Fuck you two, I need to talk to... Whoever the hell found out how to do this, fair play, because I never would have. We talked to Dusk. And from there, Womak's all the way back to the Crystal Golem, who we kill again, and this time actually drops a broken pendant. Thank God. And back again. Okay, time to get jerked by Manus. Wait a second, that sounds terrible. Oh no. My terrible humour aside, it's time for Sanctuary Guardian. Again, this is just a fight that takes patience. 31 damage is not damage you're doing, by the way, that's just an unfortunate hit. This is very much just having to be patient. I absolutely suck at the game, please remember that. But you see this window here, we can attack. 429 damage with a run attack, 2 bars of health, not bad. As always, it takes more than a few tries, and I got poisoned, but we take him down. Alright, next boss. You all knew it was coming. It's time for Artorias of the Abyss. We have several things to talk about in this fight. First off, it should go out saying, I died many times. Secondly, counterattack after he attacks on specific attacks. The thrust is one of them. The slash is another. You want to dodge past him, do not lock on. To knock him out of his buffing phase, you need to hit him twice. He takes reduced damage here, but damage is damage. One other note about the buffing phase, it's the only time you can heal. Now, I didn't heal in this fight at all because he gets a lot more aggressive if you let him buff. If you absolutely need to, you do it in the buffing phase. This is his most dangerous attack. He can chain it up to 3 times. 1 to 3 from what I can tell, maybe 4, but he hasn't done it. You never try to counterattack on that. The swing, go. The thrust, go. The overhead slam, never. I got a little bit too aggressive here and got really lucky I didn't die. And in the end he tries to buff up, and that little bit of luck pulls us through. Artorias down. And while running around Ulsil, I found something I overlooked before. A spell. Dark Orb. But what good is a spell without a catalyst? We'll get back to that. And with our last Lloyd's Talisman, we can get the crest key from this mimic for our fight with Calamite later. Now, back to the painted world, because we need souls. Many souls. And the best way I can find to farm them is this ball of flesh in the painted world. These are based on a boss from Demon Souls, I believe. Phalanx, I think it's called. I'm not quite sure, I haven't played the game myself. That said, they certainly drop a fair few souls, and even without soul boosting items or equipment, it's nothing to scoff at. We need to farm out these Phalanx for a simple reason. We're not smart enough. We need to get our intelligence up to, I believe, 26 to use Logan's Catalyst, and that's why we're even doing decent damage. After that, we buy the Master Key to free Logan, let him out of his cage, meet him in Firelink, before finding him in the Duke's Archives, where I find out I need about another 100,000 souls. So, another few hours of grinding, I suppose. After a quick spot of mass genocide, we buy out his stock, all of it. And after reloading, the chest hasn't appeared yet. Great. And after relogging yet again, it appears. The Sage Robes and Logan's Catalyst. It's also worth noting I picked up the Chandler's garb while I was here. It's just in the other room in a chest. And I don't believe I recorded it, but trust me, it's from a chest. Time to be a magician, baby! If I could hit my shots, that is. 43 damage. I put like 15 levels into intelligence for this shit. No! Yeah, so this is the problem with Logan's Catalyst. Great at high levels, terrible at low levels. In the end, we don't need a lot of damage. We just need enough to trigger Ceaseless. And any little bit is enough to trigger this big boy. No cheese strats this go around, just good old bonk. Our damage is pretty decent. He's not really a late game boss. Now it would be a help if I ever fought him legitimately. Normally I just go for the cheese. But yeah, easy boss. No other notes. That's one brick wall broken. Did someone say Asylum Demon 3.0? No. Good. We're not talking about him again. Centipede Demon. With a quick hop and skip, we can wedge ourselves in the corner here. This area is large enough that he should wander onto it and we can actually deal damage. As soon as he gets on, we just hack at his ankles. Repeat till thoroughly pulverized. Oh, what's this? The orange charred ring? That's a ring, that's not a key item, and we didn't get it from a chest. Well, the rules are the rules. Guess we gotta toss it. Well, what is it? Don't give me that look. We can progress. Oh, yeah, no, we have no way to farm humanity either, by the way, if you're thinking that way. No, another trick. You see this chest in Firelink? Open it up. Oh, hey, it's the orange shard ring. Yes, the same thing is meant to happen with the Covenant of Artorias. Thing is, if you drop the Covenant of Artorias and can't cover it, you're fucked. You've soft-locked yourself. With the orange shard ring, I can join the Covenant of Chaos and farm out 30 humanity, pick up and just give myself a mulligan for it. But yeah, no, I just wasn't willing to do that for the Covenant of Artorias. It's meant to apply, but this game can be a bit jank on stuff like that. But it's a cool little failsafe the devs put in case you did drop the ring and you did need it. It applies to a few items, the Covenant of Artorias, as well as the Orange Shard Ring, obviously. The Coward's Purple Crystal is another one, which was actually used in an insane video to try beat the Dark Souls bosses in alphabetical order. I would highly recommend. Now we can play the floor is lava, but ignore the lava. Bippity, boppity, boo. Another Lord dead. Last one. Which means we have 3 bosses left. Calamite, Manus, and Gwyn. Gwyn can't be too bad, right? So foreshadowing is a literary device. Anyway, we request help from the big friendly giant who is more than happy to oblige. Now, Calamite took a few tries, I'm not gonna lie. Now, Calamite, he's a chunky boy. He doesn't take much damage, even from a lightning weapon. But also, you have plenty of opportunities where you can actually heal, which is perfect for this fight. Be sure to hit him when you can, but absolutely prioritize defense. That's all she wrote. So, Manus, Father of the Abyss, and the boss I normally have the most issue with in this game. And this is where I was going to use the humanities to summon Sif. I gave it a few tries and did pretty damn good considering, but in the end I decided to fight him legitimately. You want to buff your weapon before you even enter the ring with Manus. It does waste a bit of time on the clock, but it doesn't matter. You want to survive here and deal as much damage as you can, as quick as you can. Basic attacks like this, you do the rolling attack from. Each time, just go for it. Now, there is one attack he can potentially do, this, and then go into the hammer. When he does that, you want to back off. You'll see it shortly. But you want to take advantage of every single attack he does and try to get a hit off. Most of the attacks he leaves a small window afterwards that you can abuse. However, you want to keep a bit of the distance between him for his wombo combo. His tell is when he roars, and you want to be able to run back away from there as quick as you can. If you get caught in this, you're basically dead. The thing is, this is also the best opportunity to heal. And as you can see, a jump attack for a bit extra damage once he finishes his combo is pretty good and reliable. Once he gets below 60%, he starts using magic. For this, you want to get him close to Manus, otherwise it will hit you and kill you. For the rain down from the sky, run as quick as you can to try avoid it. This is the part that's hard. When you don't have the silver medal, well, it can get pretty damn difficult. If you're not close to Manus when that AoE closes in on you, you're dead. If you're too close to Manus when the rain comes, you're also dead. But by far the worst is this shotgun attack. I was lucky to get out to the edge there. If you don't, it is a death sentence, absolutely. Again, if I had been just a bit slower with that AoE, dead immediately. But in the end, it's a matter of patience and a matter of practice. Learn the patterns, learn when to attack, learn when to back off. Damage is damage, and in the end, that's all you need. Just a little bit. Don't think I did this perfectly. I screwed up. I panicked, and I damn near lost this run. A well-timed combo attack from Manus though let me heal up and finish the fight. Manus, no Estus, no pendant, with a +1 dragon tooth, dead. That took way too long. Now it's just Gwyn left. Again, he can't be too bad, right? Look, we can just parry him. Yeah, you see that? See the way we're only doing 1 bar of his health? And you see the way he attacks very quickly? There's a slight issue. That issue being if I fuck up 1 chain of attacks, I'm dead. Fun fact, I died to Gwyn more times than Manus in this run. Which, you know, more than a bit depressing. And it's from this that I now know why Gwyn is normally an easy fight. To start with, you have a hell of a lot of healing. 20 Estus. It's going to be +3 or 4, maybe 5, but we'll say at least +3. That's a lot of healing, and you can just throw that shit off while he's attacking you. You don't exactly have to be sparing like you do in other fights if you're not using the Rite of Kindling. As well as this, I don't have a shield, which means I can't even block his attacks. I have to dodge, and they come out very quickly. Oh, and for that dude who's asking me, why don't you just parry? I suck at parrying. I actually suck. If you aren't looking at the footage I'm providing, I suck ass at parrying. Plus, the damage I'm dealing from parries is absolute dog shit. And I can't parry with a dragon too because there's not enough time. Yes, sometimes I get lucky with the hitboxes and the heals, but still I only have 5 of them and they're not that good and they're super fucking slow. In the end, I just need to practice my parries. And when I found a safe healing spot behind a rock, it gave me just a little bit more leeway to play with. But in the end, like everything else with this run, it's a matter of patience. Just a matter of learning how to actually play the game. And in the end, I finally did it. That took way longer than it had any right to, because I suck. So, if you did get this far, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. I spent far too long working on this, honestly, and I know it's not the best of videos, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I have a few other video ideas. I'll talk about them a bit more in the comments, but thank you. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Best of luck. Enjoy your day.